Hello everybody and welcome back to Gaming on Caffeine. My name is Isaac and we are back for episode 20 of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved. Last episode we were working on our first nuclear reactor from Industrial Craft 2, and since the end of last episode this thing has been running for a heck of a long time and has finally depleted the first fuel rod over here. So we have one depleted uranium fuel cell. I did also go ahead and get quite a bit more uranium and throw it through the thermal centrifuge since the end of last episode so we can go ahead and make a couple more of these fuel cells and throw them through the nuclear reactor. Not going to do that just yet because since the end of last episode, my armor has almost completely depleted. I have broken everything but the hazmat suit because I was kind of wearing it whilst I was fighting mobs and doing stuff like that, and so it broke pretty quickly, and we're going to need to make some more of that before we start putting this on again. Otherwise, we're going to get radiation and we're going to die pretty quickly. But that is not the point of today's episode. Today, what I want to do is I want to upgrade our logistics pipe system, because right now, it's not the best. It's okay, but it could definitely be a lot better, like a lot better. So right now, we can kind of request anything we want if we're next to this pipe and if it's in this little section here. And what I want to start with today is I want to start by making an ender chest, which it might seem like out of the blue, but the reason I'm making the ender chest first is not because it's the first thing that we need, but because it requires a resonant machine frame in order to make it. And to make a resonant machine frame, we need to give this thing 50 million redstone flux, which is going to take quite a lot of time for our two water wheels downstairs to do. I think it's going to take a couple of hours to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this going, we're going to make some other stuff, probably going to cut away for like an hour and a half while I wait for it to finish, and then come back and hopefully finish the setup that I want to make with the ender chest. So, the hardest thing about this relay is the enderium gear, and to make the enderium gear, we of course need some enderium. So, what I did in between episodes is I've gone ahead and filled up my fluid transposer here with some resonant ender. So all we need to do now is quickly grab ourselves a bucket, which I think we should definitely have lying around in the system, and if not, it should be somewhere in one of these chests. And I'm getting way too many chests around. I've got like one there. I know for a fact that I've got one up here with some magic stuff in. I should really move all of those down and connect them to the AE system so we can kind of access all of that stuff at once. And we're also going to need two pulverized tin, which we don't actually have in here, as well as one pulverized silver and one pulverized shiny metal. So let's quickly turn off the output there so we don't like instantly smelt it back up again. Let's quickly grab ourselves two tin gears, which we are running exceptionally low on. Wow, I didn't realize we were so low on tin gear, that's crazy. But we'll come back over here, we will take you, throw you in there. This is pretty much done. Good stuff. We'll take you, we'll throw both those in there, and that should get us, once we craft all this up, I think 4 enderium dust, which we should then be able to put directly into the smeltery to get 4 ingots worth of enderium. You can put the enderium blend in, you get an ingot's worth of enderium, and if we get 4 of those in, that should be enough to make our first enderium gear, and I'm actually pretty sure that that's all we need in terms of enderium. So, let's head on back over to our crafting table. Let's throw you there, with you there, and you two up there. That gets us 4 enderium blend, which we can then go ahead and, of course, throw into here. We should have enough lava to melt that down, I think, into enderium. Hopefully, enderium is not one of those recipes that's going to require blazing pyrotheum. I don't think that it is, although I could be wrong about that. Let me look at this real quick. No, it definitely does show lava here. If we look at, I think it's like energized glowstone. I think glowstone in the smeltery requires like pyrotheum in order to work. Some of the recipes in the smeltery require like a much higher temperature in order to smelt, and I'm fairly certain that glowstone is one of them, but also glowstone isn't like a billion recipes, so we will worry about that at a later point. What else do we need in order to make this resonant machine frame? Let's look over here at ender chest again. We are going to need some crushed obsidian, a dense refined iron plate, a normal intricate circuit board, as well as an emerald chipset. The emerald chipset is probably the only thing that's going to take quite a bit of time out of what is left. So let's go ahead and grab one of our emeralds. Do we have any redstone? We do not, but we can grab one real quick from up there. Good stuff. There we go. Jeez, that took a lot longer than I thought it would, but we'll go ahead and throw you and you in there and stuff like that. How long does that take to make, or how much redstone flux? That is 1.2 million, so still quite a while. That might take a little bit of time to make, but that's fine. I've gone ahead and made a bunch of crushed obsidian, so that should be fine. I also went ahead and got quite a lot of steel plates over here, so we can go and compress those up into a refined steel plate, and at that point, we should almost be pretty good to go. We'll grab our cast gear, we'll throw it down in there, we'll put you back in there, This thing is almost done. And once all of those have finished smelting, we'll go ahead and stick them at the bottom, like so. Is that right? No, it's not. We want you at the bottom. And then if we pull that out, we should get exactly 1 gear's worth, which should be the perfect amount to make our first resonant machine frame. There we go. Good stuff. That thing's probably going to take a while. That is fine. Let's go ahead and make the intricate circuit board, which is made in the Carpenter, not the Thermionic Fabricator. I keep getting those two confused every single time. Hopefully we have enough gold for this, because I know we're running quite low on gold. 25 should be more than enough, and 6, I think, is the perfect number for redstone. So let's go here. Let's go boom, boom, and boom. Put you in there. We do have 1 bucket's worth of water, and that thing is getting power, so that should be pretty much done any second now. And then how long is this going to take? This is going to take quite a bit of time. As for the rest of the stuff to make the ender chest, we've already got the crushed obsidian. As you can see, I made 6, 2 for the machine frame and 4 for the actual ender chest itself. Wool is really easy to get, and then iron chests are also super easy. We just need 24 of these iron plates, so we could go ahead and prepare a little bit by going ahead and getting ourselves 24 iron and just throwing that directly into the metal former over here, which should be good for power pretty much infinitely now due to the setup we did, I think, last episode with immersive engineering. So we'll throw all of those into there. We will quickly grab our chipset from over here, and then whilst we wait for the emerald chipset to finish over in the assembly table, we will start working on the next part of the logistics pipes upgrade, and that comes in the form of the request table, I think is what it's called here, the logistics request table. And this basically works like a logistics request pipe, but you can kind of shift click in recipes and then request the specific items for those recipes. So it's kind of a crafting table mixed with a request pipe. It's pretty cool. Now, to make this, we're first of all going to need a soldering station. Now, thankfully, this thing is really easy to make. Just some iron, a crafting table, and some redstone. So again, let's kind of come back over here. I don't think we really need to use our request pipe there. We only have 1 oak wood. Really? Alright, well, I guess we'll put that back and we'll grab 4 of our dark oak wood. We'll also grab 1 iron. Do we not have any iron over here? Wow, okay. I know we got a lot in our chest over here. And again, we should probably put all of this stuff into our drawers over here, so we can just access it all nice and easily from the request pipe. But I'm lazy. I don't want to put it in just yet. I don't want to spend time moving it over. But anyway, we've got that. We can go back over to our crafting table. Let's go ahead and craft a crafting table. And then we should be able to do something once we grab more than 1 iron ingot. We should be able to do something like this. Nice. So I'll take that. This thing does require power from the logistics power thing that we have down, I think, just under here. And what I'm thinking is I'm just going to put this right there. And I think that should be good for power right now. I guess we'll find out. But now what we need to do is we need to get all of the items in order to make the request logistics table. So let's go over to here. The first thing we're going to need is another crafting table, 2 of these stone bricks, a hopper, a chest, and 2 diamond chipsets. Those are all super easy. The harder part of this recipe comes in the form of the 2 Mark II logistics pipes, which we'll get to in just a second. But first of all, let's put that iron ingot up there. Let's come back over here. We should, I think, have more than enough normal stone here to go ahead and make ourselves some stone bricks. That is cool. We'll then go ahead and grab some more of this dark wood to make another crafting table, like so. Good stuff. Then let's go ahead and throw in all of the bricks. That gets us the 4 bricks that we need. We'll go ahead and put all of those in there like so. We then need a chest and a hopper. I think, again, we should definitely have chests, and we do. And I think we might have a hopper. We don't. But that's fine. All we need to do is grab another chest and some iron, and we're good to go on that front. So we'll wait for that second chest. And once we've got ourselves a hopper, we can throw that and the chest in like so. I did go ahead and make a bunch of diamond chipsets before the episode started, so we can go ahead and do this. The other 3 will you'll know why I've made those later on down the line. But finally, the last 2 things that we are going to need are the crafting logistics pipe Mark II, which is made using a normal crafting logistics pipe with a golden chipset and some redstone and a gold gear if you choose to use this recipe. But we're going to go ahead and use the golden chipset recipe because we have one lying around over here. And thankfully, the normal crafting logistics pipe, which is this guy over here, is super easy to make. It is a stone gear as well as some redstone. So for that, do we need sticks? I know the recipes have changed a little bit in... Yes, we do. The recipes changed a little bit in hard mode, so I kind of have to check some stuff, but that is fine. Again, we've got no sticks lying around. Jeez, our wood game is not particularly good right now, but once we've got... Oh, we're out of that again? Wow. Okay, well, we are really low on wood right now, so let's go ahead and grab 2 of you as well, I guess. That should be enough for that. We'll then grab 4 cobblestone real quick. That's enough for the gear. That's the wrong kind of cobblestone. That should be enough for the gear. And then finally, the last thing that we are going to need is, of course, the logistics pipe, which I'm pretty sure we have somewhere. And there it is, cool stuff. Those are supplier pipes, which we cannot use. So let's make ourselves the wooden gear, follow that up with the stone gear. And then once we've got both of those, all we need to do is throw you in the middle like so. That gets us the crafting logistics pipe. And then if we combine that up like so, we get the crafting logistics pipe Mark II. Nice. And then finally, the last thing that we're going to need is the request logistics pipe Mark II, which is made using the normal request logistics pipe and a diamond chipset. Again, one of the reasons why I've made so many of those, and thankfully we do have a request logistics pipe sitting right over here, so we'll grab that. We will put you there and there, and we'll take that. Again, now we can't access all of this stuff remotely, but as soon as we get our request table up, we're not going to need to, so we'll put you in there, we will put you in there, and then that should go ahead and craft up into a logistics request table. Nice. So we'll take that. We will go ahead and put it down, again, right about here. We're probably going to have to hook it up with a logistics pipe, I think, because I think it might need some power. But we'll put that down like that. And now we can see everything within our logistics pipe system over here. And if we want to request something, for instance, I'm going to use the real simple recipe of a block of redstone. If I want to craft this, I can go ahead and shift-click on this question mark, like so. It puts the recipe over here. It hasn't quite taken the redstone out yet, so I can't take this yet. But if I request one, for example, I click plus, it will go ahead and request the 9 redstone we need from the system, put it in here, and at that point, I can go ahead and click on it, and it crafts one for me. Nice! That is going to make crafting big recipes so much easier because I can just shift-click it in, see what we need, and then request the individual parts, and then craft them up a lot faster than we did before. It's going to make things so much easier, and it has this nice little internal inventory here, which gives us a little bit more space to store stuff whilst we're crafting, which is pretty cool. So that is the logistics request table. Now that that is done, let's come back over to here. Let's grab our emerald chipset, and we should now be able to go ahead and make, I think, our first resonant machine frame. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a long time, but hopefully it should be doable. So let's put in the obsidian. We'll put 2 of you in there. Let's go grab the plate we made over from the compressor. We've also got the enderium gear in our inventory as well, which is good. We can use that. We also have the chipset. I think once we've got this, we should be pretty much good to go. We also have all of the iron plates now to make those iron chests later on when we want to actually make the full-on ender chest. But let's put you in there, and you in there. And we'll request a machine frame resonant. Now, this is going to take, I think, about 3 hours to complete because we need like 50 million redstone flux per tick. We are producing about probably 180. We need to produce 50 million redstone flux total. We're producing about 180 redstone flux per tick. So it's going to take a real long time in order for this thing to finish. So I'm going to go away, guys. I'm going to sit around and leave my character here, kind of AFK, wait for this to finish. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so over 3 hours later, and this thing is still going. It is almost there. It's almost done. Right at the top there, it's got like maybe 10-15 minutes, I think, left to go. So I thought I'd come back and make the last couple of items that we need in order to make this ender chest worthwhile. And basically what I want to set up here is a remote order system to where we can access anything from within our logistics pipe system from anywhere within the world. And the way we're going to do that is using a few things. First of all is the remote orderer. This combined with the remote order logistics pipe will allow me to request that anything be sent to the remote order logistics pipe, and then the plan is to have the ender chest attached to that remote order logistics pipe and then use an ender pouch to access what is inside of that ender chest. So to start with, we're going to go ahead and make the remote orderer. Pretty easy to make. It does require those last 2 diamond chipsets that we had, which do take quite a bit of time in the assembler, but I made them before the episode started. So let's go ahead and grab a little bit more glass. And also, you cannot it is actually impossible to find a shiny ore in the overworld. As far as I've been told by other people, I'm assuming that is correct. Let's go ahead and remake this, and then making the remote auto logistics pipe is actually fairly simple. It's an ender pearl with a normal logistics pipe and some redstone. So let's go ahead and head on downstairs to grab ourselves one of these. I did go ahead and turn this system over here off whilst I was making the resonant machine frame. And also, what I did is, if we come back here, I connected up the third water wheel over on the end there to these other two water wheels to give the lasers like that extra bit of power. And so far they've been running at pretty much like all blue, which means they're all running at full 40 redstone flux per tick, which is nice. I also went ahead and threw down these survivalist generators just to give them that extra little 5 redstone flux per tick. They are kind of dipping a little bit every now and again, but for the most part they have been like solidly blue, which is pretty cool. So again, let's come on back over to here. The server's lagging just a little bit, and we should be able to do something like that. Nice. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this down somewhere. Now, it doesn't really matter where we put it. I guess it would be better if we would put it like somewhere near these golden pipes, because the golden pipes are, of course, the faster pipes. And what I'm thinking is we might actually put it like here. It's a bit of an awkward place to access, so maybe like here. But we'll put down our ender chest, like we'll put down the pipe, I guess. There, and then we'll put like the ender chest maybe like here, because we don't want it connecting to any other pipes. So I'm thinking we put the ender chest right about here, if this block breaks, right about here, and then anything that we request with the remote orderer, like if we go in here now, we should, I think we have to link this. Yeah, simply right-clicking on the remote auto logistics pipe will link it up, and now we can access everything within our system. And if we request something, for instance, if we request this sapling, and send it back over here, it should pop it out there. Possibly. There we go. Nice. All right. And if we have an inventory like hooked up there, like our ender chest, it should go ahead and put it into the ender chest. And then, if we happen to have an ender pouch on us, we should be able to access what is inside the ender chest if we hook it up to the same frequency. So, to make this, let's go into here and let's just quickly check if we have all of the stuff to make it. Now, what we have to do is shift right click and click 1. We do have everything, so it's going to go ahead and request it all, put it all into this little slot here, and then we should just be able to press on here, and it should craft one up. There we go. We've now got ourselves an ender pouch, and we should also go ahead and get some dyes ready, because I'm assuming the fact that we're on a server, somebody already has the white frequency. And so let's go back in here and let's see. Do we have any red dye left? We do. Well, let's go ahead and like take one of those, actually 2 of those. And then do we have any yellow? We do, but it's mystical yellow. Let's take lapis. Yeah, let's go ahead and take 2 lapis as well. So we'll take 2 red and 2 lapis, and we'll set up a frequency with those 2. Hopefully one that nobody else has. Thank you very much. And if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure the way we give this bag a frequency is by right-clicking on an ender chest with a frequency. So we're going to have to wait until the ender chest is finished in order for that to work. It is almost done. It's getting closer and closer to the end there. But all that we need to do now is basically get all of the stuff together to make the ender chest, this guy over here. What do we need for this? We need 3 iron chests, which means, first of all, we're going to need 3 normal chests, which I think we should be able to do fairly easily. We'll go ahead and request. We're missing wooden planks. Okay, let's first of all go ahead and request one of... Can I do this? No, I can't. Can I do... Let's have a look. Okay, so let's request some oak. Let's go ahead and throw that into there and just make a bunch of those. Like so. And then once we've got all of that, we should then be able to go ahead and do something like this, at which point we can almost make ourselves 3 chests worth. We are missing just a little bit of stuff. Let's go back over here and do something like this. We'll take a few more of those, like so, and then boom, boom. 3rd chest, we do have all of the iron plates on us. So again, back over to the crafting table, we can go ahead and do something like this, if I don't screw it up, like so. Stick some chests into the middle once we have grabbed them, like so. And I think that's actually pretty much it. We have the crushed obsidian, we probably have the wall, I think. And then as far as the ender tank goes, all we need for that is some eye of ender and some... Oh, we need an enderium nuggets. Ooh, okay, so we need 1 more ingot worth of enderium. And for that, we are going to have to go ahead and pulverize another piece of shiny metal, another piece of silver, and 2 more pieces of tin, which does mean that we're almost out of tin, I think. We're like on the edge of running out of tin. We've got 6 tin left. Okay, so we get 2 more of that. We have 4 tin left, which is not a lot at all, but that's fine. We'll come back over here. I will take you out. We'll throw the silver in there. The bucket of resident ender should be real easy to do. We'll take you, put you in there. I should really organize my inventory because it's just a complete mess right now. Let's go ahead and double click on here. That gets rid of a few things, but not really as much as I would have liked. Let's take both of you, and then let's get these 4 into the smeltery as fast as possible. So you there, you there, you there, and then you there. That gets us 4 more enderium. Let's throw that into the smeltery. And what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to go away. I'm going to wait for that to finish. Let's grab our ingot cast here real quick and throw that down in replacement of that. I'm going to wait for this to finish. I'm also going to wait for this guy over here to finish because I'm pretty sure it is almost done. Maybe about 5-10 minutes to go here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wait. I'm going to grab these ingots. I'll probably quickly make up some Eyes of Ender for this guy over here. It's really easy to do. It's some ender pearls and some blaze powder. And I'll be back in a second. And finally, a little while later, it is finally done. We finally have our resident machine frame, which, if we now take, we can combine up with the Eyes of Ender, which I'll go ahead and make in just a second. We can go ahead and pull out 1 ingot's worth of enderium, like so, to make some enderium nuggets. Let's hold down here real quick to grab 1, 2, 3, not stacks, but I guess we'll take them. I kind of want only 4, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I'll put the rest of those back. Let's quickly make ourselves some Eyes of Ender, good stuff, and I'll put this one back as well. And I think that we are pretty much good to go. We are going to need a piece of wool. Let me do a quick check into here to see if we have one. We do. I will request that real quick. Whilst I'm waiting for that to show up, let's go ahead and grab this guy. Thank you very much. Turn that into some enderium nuggets, and I'm pretty sure that that is it. So we'll head back over here. We'll take out the wool. We'll head on back over to our normal crafting station, and if we do something like this, with the 4 of you and the 4 of you, that gets us 8 of these ender tanks, which we can use in the future to make an actual ender tank if we want to, but for now, we're going to use in combination with all of this stuff to make our very first ender chest. Nice! So, now let's go ahead and throw this down right about there. I don't think it's going to matter that it's under the floor here. And then let's go ahead and quickly kind of assign it the color we want. We'll go red, red, and I guess blue? Yeah, red, red, blue seems like it would work quite nicely. We'll do that. And then now, anything that we put into this chest should be accessible if we do this. Let's go ahead and link it to that. You can see it's gone red, red, blue on the pouch. We can now access everything in there. And now, if we go ahead and request something from our system, for example, if we're over here working on our Industrial Craft 2 setup, and we were to, for instance, go ahead and need, I don't know, some cable of some kind, we can go ahead and request one of those. It should send it straight through to the ender chest, and then we should be able to access it directly from the ender pouch. Nice! So now we can access the whole of our logistics pipe system from essentially anywhere on the server, which is pretty awesome. And with that, guys, I'm going to end this episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved there. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, as always, be sure to hit that like button. It really does help out a lot. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time.